So this is Kat, you all know me, and listen, I'm super excited. We're just weeks away for an amazing trip, probably the most amazing trip you'll experience in a lifetime. And so one of the things I wanted to do was put together a quick video on the HAU gear mindset and how to pack your gear for this trip. Remember, HAU stands for High Altitude Ultralight, which just means that you don't have to carry the world on your shoulders when you're backpacking and trekking. In fact, a mentor of mine used to say, Kat, I'd rather enjoy the mountains than carry them on my back. So we've adopted that philosophy at HAU Gear on how to pack super ultralight, but without missing things that you would think you would miss because you're trekking so light. So let me just show you really quick our gear, and I'm excited about that for you guys. So this is the entire gear for our trip to Nepal, or at least my gear, and what I would recommend for you guys to consider for yourselves as well. Now remember that trekking gear has three systems involved. It has the sleeping system, it has the clothing, and it has your accessories. Of course, the fourth gear would be your consumables. Your fourth system would be the consumables, but we're not going to worry about that right now since we're going to be fully fed and taken care of all throughout the trip. So let me just go over the three systems. Again, the sleeping system, the clothing system, and the accessories. So for myself, one of the things that I'm doing is when I'm going en route to my trekking site, i.e. to Nepal and Kathmandu, all I'm bringing with me is just a pair of jeans, 2 t-shirts, and my sneakers, which are also going to be my trekking shoes. I'm going to, if I need an extra layer, I'll bring a windbreaker with me to just have in the airport. But that's about it. That's the entire gear. Now this gear, outside of the shoes, is going to stay in Kathmandu and won't come with you on the trek. This is just for getting to the trekking site, to the city, in the city, and then after we come back from the trek, you're going to bring this home with you. So going to the clothing system, let's talk about that first. So when you develop a clothing system for yourself, you're always going to think of multi-layering. Instead of having one big jacket that you think is going to keep you warm or cold, the one thing I've realized is you're going to have to multi-layer, because one moment you will be cold, another moment you will be warm, and you're always going to want to be able to layer. Now what I'm bringing for my top system is going to be 3 shirts, okay? And they're all long sleeve. You won't be needing short sleeve over there. So don't worry about bringing a short sleeve shirt. But as far as what I'm going to be doing throughout the day, I'm going to have one thin wicking material shirt, long sleeve, and a second thin wicking material, long sleeve. And I'm going to interchange these. So I might wear this today, and then I'll wear this tomorrow. I'll wash this tomorrow and wear this the next day, so on and so forth. And then at night, I'm going to have like a long john shirt. Again, this is very thin cotton, long sleeve. I would not recommend grandma's long sleeve, long john shirts. They'll be too heavy. But this one is actually, if you can see here, it's weatherproof, 32 degrees. You can buy it on Amazon, very cheap and very affordable and very light. As far as my bottoms are concerned, I'm going to have my trekking pants, my trekking and these are the zipper pants, where you can both unzip them and wear them as shorts or have them as long leg pants. And then I'm going to have a really lightweight pair of just swim trunks. And they're not the layered kind, they're just regular ultra thin swim trunks. Guys, I don't wear underwear on my treks. The reason I don't is because cotton makes you sweat down there. It limits breathability, so I wear my swimming trunks either for when I'm going to be taking a shower, when, the few times that we're going to have access to that, or I'll wear them as my boxers or whatever underneath this. I can also wear these shorts over my long johns. This is cold proof. Again, very thin, but warm long john material. You can find this on Amazon as well for really cheap. But my long johns, and then at night I'll have these in my shorts over them, and then I'll basically spend my time in the mess hall or in the dining hall wearing this. So this right here is my entire clothing system with the exception of my layering system. So one of the things I'm going to bring is a fleece short sleeve. So this is one of those things that don't have any sleeves at all. Jacket. This will be my mid layer if I start getting cold. And then I'll have my windbreaker and then my down jacket, which actually always goes underneath my windbreaker so that if it rains I don't get this wet because they're hard to dry. Okay, so moving on from the clothing system, this is what I'm bringing. I want to talk about, oh, by the way, I'm only bringing 3 socks. Real thick wool socks, but not very heavy, for at night, and 2 trekking socks, just knee-high, that I'll be interchanging throughout the day. Then let's go to my headgear. I like to keep my head warm. I'm going to recommend looking into Z-Pack. Z-Pack is an amazing company that makes super ultralight fleece gear and down gear as well. So this is actually a down hat. You can't really tell, but this goes over your head. I don't care how cold it gets outside, this thing will boil your head if you want to keep your head ultra warm. But I'll bring my Z-Pack fleece hat. I'll also bring, like, you put these over your ears just to keep yourself warm if you're not wearing a hat. And then I'm also bringing a baklava. This goes around your neck, but then it also helps to raise over your mouth in case it's windy outside and you want to just cover your mouth from cold or whatever. And then a handkerchief. So this is part of my headgear. And then with my hands, I have just a pair of gloves. Okay, again, not very thick gloves. I don't need that, but warm enough. And then, again, going back to Z-Packs, I have fleece mittens. Now, the reason I recommend a pair of mittens is because at night in your sleeping bag, when you're sleeping, gloves don't keep your fingers as warm as mittens do because it's your hands that emit heat, not the glove itself. So if you can scrunch your hand up inside of your mittens at night, the heat from your hand will generate the heat, and then the mittens will keep your hands warm. Then as far as my feet, so this is called H2O Odyssey. These are just socks that you would wear underneath flippers when you're scuba diving. And so I just bought these again on Amazon. They're super light, like they weigh almost nothing. But if I'm taking a shower, I can wear these during the shower time, or I can wear them at night if I'm going to the bathroom. And so this is, yeah, you can bring flip-flops, but this is my alternative to flip-flops. I'm also bringing a little light multi-towel, wicking towel for taking a shower. Again, you're only going to take it a few times on the trek, so something really light works. So this is my clothing system in a nutshell, okay? Now let's move on to the sleep system. Because we're sleeping in tea houses, you're not going to have to worry about needing tents or tarps or anything of that nature. So all you'll need is a sleeping bag, and then this is a air pad. Now we're sleeping on beds, but the beds aren't the thickest. So if you bring an air pad or a Thermarest foam pad, then this is going to provide the protection you need at night when sleeping. Now they'll also provide blankets and a pillow, but this is going to be your main base. Now listen, if you guys don't have a sleeping bag, don't worry to buy one. In fact, these things are going to be carried by our Sherpas. So the weight that comes and the bulk that comes from a sleeping bag and an air pad is not something you're going to carry in your day-to-day pack. It's something the Sherpas will carry for us. And again, to help you not have to bring it from the States, you can rent these for $1.50 a day over there. So for about $21, you can get a bomber sleeping bag and a pad over there that the Sherpas will carry, that you don't have to worry spending hundreds of dollars here in the States. So that's all you'll need for that. Now moving on and finishing off with the accessories. So with the accessories, I'm bringing trekking sticks. Now you might say, Kat, I don't use trekking sticks. Believe me that you'll need them on this trek at various times. Plus, also, if you have trekking sticks, it helps with your hands not getting inflated because blood rushing down, if you're keeping it to your side, blood rushes down to them. So trekking sticks helps alleviate that. Now I'm also bringing a solar panel. Yes, there are charging ports or outlets at the different tea houses, but if there's 30, 40 people in the tea house and there's only 3 or 4 outlets, it's going to be hard to get access to charge your technology. So what I do is I have a solar pad. Then I also bring a power bank, right? One of these USB power banks. I charge this during the day with this, okay? And all I use is just a USB plug on the back of this, right? And then I put it on my backpack, and that's how I carry it throughout the day. So I charge this during the day, and then I use this to charge my phone at night. Now, one of the things that we've added as a feature and as a benefit for you guys is, as a HAU Gear team member, we've already factored the cost of having internet access or charging access at any location available. So that's factored into your cost for this trek. So if it is available at the tea house, we will provide that for you. But if it's used by other people, this is a great backup service. Now, of course, you'll need a headlamp. Not that we're going to be trekking during the night, but not every tea house at night in the room has lights. And so if you need to go to the bathroom and the lights are off, this would be a great asset to have at night, or if you go outside at night as well. You never leave home without toilet paper, but here's the funny thing behind the toilet paper is that in Kathmandu, toilet paper costs about 25 cents a roll. On your way to Everest Base Camp, it gets to costing you about $3.50 a roll. Don't worry about it. Our porters are going to bring a whole bunch of toilet paper for us. It's not made available at the tea houses, so otherwise you're going to go outside and use the leaves. So we'll have toilet paper for you guys, but it's a key element you don't leave home without. I'm also bringing, this is just, what do you call those things, for a rain poncho. You buy them at Walmart for $1.40. And then I also have a trash compactor bag. The reason I have a trash compactor bag is I actually stick everything that I have that comes in this backpack in this trash compactor bag, because it prevents it from the elements. If it rains, I don't have to worry about needing a rain cover, because this trash compactor bag will have everything in it. And of course, last but not least, I recommend everybody put together a medical kit, whether it's bandages or even my toothpaste is in here and my toothbrush is in here. This typically can weigh anywhere from half a pound to a pound, but I just never leave home without it. This is my heaviest one item outside of my backpack, one item piece of material that I take with me. And then, of course, my backpack. So, guys, I do not recommend you guys buy backpacks or bring backpacks that are heavier or bigger than about 50 liters. This is 45 plus 5, meaning 45 on the inside and then 5 on the outside pockets. You're going to see in just a second when I load my pack for you guys and show you what it's like with all this stuff filled in here, that you're still going to be able to have room. If you buy a backpack that's too big, you're always tempted to add more than you need. So HAU Gear tries to alleviate that by saying, let's travel light, ultralight, and have a great time on our trek. So let me weigh this for you guys and stick it in the backpack and show you what it looks like as a finished product. Okay, so let me just show you that whole table that I just showed you fit into this bag. That's where all my clothing goes, in this one stuff sack. Not very big. This is all my accessories. There is the trash compactor bag, and inside is my sleeping bag. And then that is the solar panel that's going to hang on my backpack. Now let me go ahead and weigh this for you guys and tell you what the total weight is. Okay, so we're entering my man cave. This is where I have all my climbing and trekking gear. And this is where also I keep this scale to weigh my bag. So let me go ahead and set this on the scale here. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you can. The total weight of this bag is 12 pounds, 8 ounces. So 12 pounds, 8 ounces includes the trekking poles, my solar panel, my sleep system, which again, about the sleep system is about 4 pounds that the porters are going to carry, my clothing, and my accessories. So everything I have is about 13 pounds. If you add another 5 pounds to factor in for your consumables like water and snacks, guys, there's no reason why you can't have an incredible time trekking on Everest for 21 days, the entire trip, at under 20 pounds, as long as you think through and process through the gear list. Guys, let's have an incredible time with HAU gear. Can't wait to see you guys in Nepal and on the trail. Love you guys. Talk to you later.